Welcome to the Gaming News Show. We're halfway through the year. That's right, 2020 is halfway over, and it's not getting any better, but let's talk about some game news. No Man's Sky gets crossplay between PS4, Xbox One, and PC. That's right, a game I talked a lot about. I said this game kind of fun, but it's really fun with friends. No Man's Sky. So fun to play online, so fun to play with your friends, create, explore, do a lot of things. I think it's cool. So yeah, you should try it out, play with your friends, and tell me what you think. An unfinished and playable build of Dead Island 2 from 2015 is leaked. This is interesting because I heard that there was Dead Island 2 and it was out and that it was playable. And in 2015 I heard this. Heard a lot of creators talking about it, a lot of people in the media talking about it, the games media at least. And yeah, it's real and it's leaked. If you can find it, you can play it. But you know, that's a risk you're going to have to take because I'm not doing that. But yeah, it's really cool. I don't know why it's still not released. It must have been through development hell or something like that that kept it from getting off the, I guess, computer floor. Yeah, out of production, I guess. But yeah, I heard a lot of interesting things about it. But I think leaking that's actually a good thing for the game. Maybe it'll actually come out now. I don't know. Bungie has just announced Destiny 2's and X3's expansions. That's right, everybody's doing their own game conferences right now, and Bungie did one exclusively on Destiny, and they're like, here's our other expansions. I was like, oh, okay, cool, I guess. Microsoft confirms the next Xbox Series X video event will be set for July. That's right, through Twitter. They kind of just said, yeah, we'll see you in July. They didn't give a date yet, but everyone's excited because the PlayStation event is this week. I'm probably going to do a video just on that event. It really depends on if I have time, actually. I actually got busy this week. But anyway, I'm really looking forward to that event. I'm actually looking forward to see what Microsoft does here because PlayStation's coming out first. PlayStation's going to be blowing the walls off. We already know what the Xbox system looks like. We already know like one or two games that are coming out for the Xbox. And PlayStation's coming out and they're going to try to wipe the floor with Microsoft. But I think Microsoft has an advantage and kind of see what PlayStation does and to kind of take the advantage here on what they're going to do with their console and with their game. So it'll be cool to see. A new Halo project is in the works according to 343 Industries job listing. That's right, 343 only works on Halo games. So this shouldn't be a surprise to anyone that this is happening. That's an interesting article, but I'm sure at that Xbox event in July, this will be announced. The new Halo will be announced. A new trailer is going to be launched, something. Xbox really likes to put its eggs on Halo. Hey, we got Halo. Like, anytime anyone argues about what's better, Sony or Xbox, which system's better, everyone brings up Halo because it's one of the only first-party games that's on the Xbox X, or the one that's out now, which I don't even remember. Xbox One. That's it. The Xbox One is up now. The Series X is the next one, which is weird. So the Xbox S X? I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, so they're definitely making a Halo game. They're definitely hiring people to make it. But the fact that they're still hiring people means it's still in the works. They're not quite done with it yet. This could be for an online thing, but I don't know. I guess we'll wait and see. Sony fined $2.4 million by Australian court for misleading PlayStation players about game refunds. Between October 2017 and May 2009, Sony's Europe Terms of Service implied that users did not have consumer guarantee on rights regarding the quality, functionality, completeness, and accurate performance of their purchased digital games. According to the court's ruling, Sony Europe made 4 players in Australia think they only had 14 days to return a digital game. Even then, can only get a refund if it was authorized by the game developer who made it. The 5th person, meanwhile, was apparently told by Sony that their refund had to be currency. Consumer guarantees right do not expire after a digital product has been downloaded, and certainly do not disappear after 14 days or other arbitrary date claimed by the GameStar developer. So yeah, they're pretty mad. If you didn't know this, actually, in Australia, their games are actually more expensive than they are here in America, or here even in England and other countries. So getting that refund's a big deal because you're dishing out like $80 per game over there, even $70, $80, something like that. And yeah, so if you want a refund, it's a big deal. It's a big chunk of change. So I can see why they would get fined like this. And you know, come on, Sony, come on, man. This isn't the time to be messing up. I'm rooting for you, but hey, I mean, I'm not gonna lie though. I mean, Sony's messing up for sure, but man, if Xbox comes out with a good thing, like I'm open-minded, I had an Xbox 360. So if their E3 conference in July is good, I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, I am a PlayStation fanboy to an extent that I like the PS4, I like the PS2. Those are two of my favorite systems of all time. But I love the 360, and I actually really like the original Xbox console. Played a lot of Halo 2, a lot of Halo on that, a lot of Halo 1 especially on that one. So, you know, Sony can't be messing up just a section of Sony. But I really want them to stick the landing on this E3 conference. Everybody's going to be watching. My brother David's going to be sitting there with his pre-order ready. 5, even though it's me that flying bee. I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to be. He's going to click on it, buy it. I'm upset that this wasn't a from Japan, but Adidas Pokemon slides are very cute. That's right, Adidas had some Pokemon slides. They were $20. They're only for kids, and they're sold out. So you can just look at this picture and be like, aw, but that's about it. Now it's time for most favorite part of the show games to come out this week. Number 1, Demons Tier Plus. This is coming out for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch. It's already out for the PlayStation Vita and Steam. This is a top-down, like, bullet hell type game. You're trying to avoid things. You play as different characters. Your character can die. It has story elements to it. This is literally the only game that I could find that is going to be out for everything this week. And it looks okay. It isn't like the best game, but it looks fun. If it was multiplayer, which I actually didn't get that from the trailer, but it looks like a solid top-down game. So yes, thank you for watching the Gaming News Show. My name's Mark. Please do like, subscribe, and like you see. With all the news that I found interesting. Now do whatever you want with it. Thanks for watching. And I guess, you know, keep playing some games. There's a lot of free games out. There's Call of Duty World War II on the PlayStation, and Battlefield 2, or Battlefront 2, which I haven't played yet. But let's talk about some food. So today I'm going to talk about the Italian dish I made. It's a red sauce. It's really deep and heavy, and this is how I make it. I get a really big pot. Not big, maybe a medium-sized pot. I put olive oil on the bottom. Then I get garlic. You can either cut up the garlic or you can get the pre-crushed garlic, put it on the bottom. Make sure it's a little bit lighter than medium heat. You're going to want to put it on there. So then, because you're going to want to cook it down for a while. You really want that garlic to come through. That's something I learned from Italian cooks, is that you get the olive oil and then you get that garlic and you just let that garlic seep in. The next thing I use, tomato paste. That's right. I put tomato paste down, kind of like when you're making a roux for like a gumbo. You're going to want that big old clump of tomato paste. And I don't care what you're using otherwise for it. Always get tomato paste and clump that down with that garlic. So I'll clump that down and I season the tomato paste. This is where you put your oregano and any other Italian seasoning you want infused in there. Put it in the tomato paste because it's the base for your gravy, and therefore you want that seasoned with the garlic. Then I mix it up, and you could cook down that tomato paste for a long time, and you're going to want to for at least 5 to 10 minutes. So I would say 5 minutes, but some people cook it even longer to let certain things emulsify in it. So then I let that cook down for a while. Then I add my protein. I like to use chuck beef. So I get like a pound of chuck beef. Put it in there, mix that in with the tomato paste, right? You got the meat, you have the seasonings, you have the garlic, all mixing in with the meat while you're cooking the meat down. And you can make the meat maybe not so dark if you want to, but that's what I do. I just make sure it's all dark, it's all in there, and it has this nice, really, really rouge red to it. And it looks and smells delicious. Then get your tomato sauce. I use whatever store-bought tomato sauce. I'm not a ragu or pregu. I get like the more expensive, nicer tomato sauce that has a lot of this stuff already inside of it. But I get the garlic stuff. The only problem with it is it has a lot of olive oil in it. But I'll take that, I'll pour that in, and there's this mixture of flavor just explodes out of there. And then I let that sit. At first I let it all boil up together, I put it on a little bit higher heat, a little bit higher than medium, just because I want the sauce that you just put in to boil up. Then I'm going to put it to a lower medium. You don't want to really be on medium on this one. I kind of skip around to a little bit higher than medium and a little bit lower to medium whenever I'm cooking this one. So then I wait for it to boil, I go to lower medium, and then I put it to warm. Then I make some rolls because it's Italian food. I want to put some rolls in there. I almost forgot about the pasta part. This is my favorite part. So I take penne pasta, or any pasta you want. It could be spaghetti, it could be anything. This is what I learned. You throw the noodles in a boiling pot. You know, I always leave the pot boiling. I guess I learned that from like shows and stuff. I'll have the pot boiling while I'm making everything else, and then I'll have the vent on. So I just make sure there's enough water in there to where it doesn't go down too far. Have that boiling. So whenever I'm done cooking my spaghetti, or whenever I'm cooking my spaghetti sauce, I throw the noodles in. It's usually penne, but I've used all kind of stuff, bow tie, all kind of different types of noodles, even spaghetti noodles, and then I pour it in there. I let it boil for 11 minutes or however long. I take the penne out. You're going to want to take a little bit of the water. Believe it or not, this is from Top Chefs. A little bit of that water that was being boiled with the pasta, and you take a little bit of that water, put it in your sauce. Trust me, it'll change the taste, but it's so good. So take a little bit of that, then I drain out the rest of the water, put my noodles straight into the sauce, and then you let it sit. You're gonna want that sauce to sit in there, and it really, really infuses that flavor into whatever sauce you make. And that's what I've learned, not to separate them, but to keep them together and to let it sit for a while. That will make an amazing pasta dish. And that's what I've learned through watching a ton of YouTube videos and just cooking on my own and kind of experimenting. If you have different ways of cooking pasta or video games you want to talk about, then let me know.